All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right in. Today's explainer is all about demystifying the two main ways we actually trade cryptocurrency. If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by all the crypto jargon, or if you found yourself wondering where exactly your digital money actually lives, well, you are in the perfect place. We're going to break down the foundational systems that make the whole crypto world go round.
So, to kick things off, think about this for a second. Would you rather trust a bank to hold on to your money and process your transactions, or would you rather just keep cash right there in your own pocket? This simple comparison hits the nail on the head when we're talking about our two heavyweights today. A centralized exchange is basically that digital bank, and a decentralized exchange that acts a lot more like a direct pocket-to-pocket cash trade.
We're pulling our insights today straight from the guide, Centralized versus Decentralized Exchanges. Which platform should you use and why? And I want to emphasize a core theme right out of the gate here. Neither option is automatically better than the other. Seriously, they just serve totally different needs. The smartest crypto users understand both systems inside and out, and they know exactly when to use each one. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover 1. Welcome to the crypto marketplace. 2. The digital bank, CEX explained. 3. Be your own bank, DEX. 4. CEX versus DEX, the showdown. 5. The golden rules of security. And finally, 6. Building your crypto strategy.
Section 1. Welcome to the crypto marketplace.
You know, before you can even grab your very first digital asset, you need a doorway into the marketplace where that transaction can actually happen. Exchanges are those essential doorways. Without them, buying crypto would be incredibly slow, prices would be a nightmare to figure out, and fraud would be everywhere. Our first major doorway is the Centralized Exchange, or CEX. It's exactly what it sounds like, a platform run by a central company. When you use a CEX, you are completely trusting that specific organization to manage your account, keep the security tight, and most importantly, hold on to your digital assets.
Now, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we've got the Decentralized Exchange, or DEX. And here, there's absolutely no central company. There's no corporate middleman holding your funds at all. Instead, you're trading directly with other users through blockchain technology. It's strictly peer-to-peer. You're basically saying, I'll keep my money and trade directly from my own wallet, thanks.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real magic behind a DEX: smart contracts. Think of a smart contract kind of like a vending machine. You pop your money in, select what you want, and the machine just automatically delivers the item. No cashier required, right? The code performs the transaction exactly as it was programmed to do the very second those conditions are met.
Section 2. The digital bank, CEX explained.
All right, now that we have those definitions locked in, let's look a bit closer at the Centralized Exchange. This is the bridge for most beginners entering the space. In fact, millions of users have never even touched anything else. The onboarding is going to feel super familiar. You create an account with your email. You verify your identity, which is often called KYC or Know Your Customer, usually using a government ID. You deposit funds from your bank, and boom, you buy your crypto. It is incredibly beginner-friendly. It honestly feels just like your standard online banking app.
But, and this is a crucial but, you really have to understand the trade-off here. After you hit buy, the exchange stores your crypto in wallets that they control. This is what we call custodial storage. The exchange holds the private keys. You literally just control your account login. So yeah, you get extreme convenience, you get customer support and lightning-fast trades, but it absolutely requires you to trust that company with your actual assets.
Section 3. Be your own bank, DEX.
Okay, let's pivot to our next contender and see how decentralized exchanges flip this whole banking model upside down. If the CEX is the digital bank, the DEX is where you become your own bank. Which brings us to arguably the most famous golden rule in all of crypto. Not your keys, not your coins. Seriously, if you remember just one thing from this explainer, let it be that. Whoever holds the private keys is the one who ultimately controls the money. On a centralized exchange, they hold the keys. On a DEX, you hold the keys. This concept is known as self-custody. On a DEX, you don't even bother creating an account. You aren't handing over your passport or your ID. You literally just connect your personal crypto wallet directly to the exchange. Your wallet is your identity. Your assets stay safely tucked in your wallet right up until the exact moment a trade automatically executes via that smart contract. Total control and way higher privacy.
Section 4. CEX versus DEX, the showdown.
So, what happens when we pit these two systems directly against each other? The core differences are pretty stark. For ease of use, the CX wins hands down. It's curated, smooth, and built for beginners. But when we talk about fund control and privacy, the DEX takes the crown. You don't need identity verification on a DEX, which gives you amazing financial freedom. But I won't lie, it comes with a much steeper learning curve. You are solely responsible for managing your own wallet.
Now let's talk about fees, because nothing in crypto is truly free. With a CEX, you're paying predictable trading, deposit, and withdrawal fees straight to the company to keep their platform running. But over on a DEX, things get a bit variable. You're paying what are called gas fees along with swap fees. And honestly, these can fluctuate wildly depending on how congested the blockchain network is on any given day.
To put that into perspective, think of DEX gas fees kind of like paying a toll on a highway. That toll helps maintain the road, right? Well, gas fees compensate the network validators who are actively processing your transactions. Without them, the whole decentralized network would just grind to a halt. Both platforms absolutely need funding to operate securely. They just go about collecting it in completely different ways.
Section 5. The Golden Rules of Security.
Look, whether you choose the convenience of a CEX or the wild freedom of a DEX, security has to come first. Unlike your traditional bank, blockchain mistakes are usually permanent. There is no 1-800 number to call to reverse a stolen transaction. Think of security like wearing a seatbelt. A seatbelt isn't going to magically prevent every single accident on the road, but it drastically reduces your chances of serious harm. Risk is everywhere. Exchanges get hacked, people lose their keys, but a rock-solid security mindset is your absolute best defense.
You have to be hyper-aware of the common landmines out there. Let's rapid-fire through a few. Phishing websites that look identical to the real exchanges just to swipe your login. Fake customer support sliding into your DMs on social media. Those ridiculous "send me 1 coin and I'll send you 2 back" giveaways. Listen closely here. A legitimate support rep is never going to ask for your wallet's recovery phrase. Never. If something guarantees a return or sounds way too good to be true, walk away. It is a scam.
Instead, bake these habits right into your routine. Always enable two-factor authentication. Use strong, completely unique passwords. If you're using a personal wallet, store your recovery phrase offline. I mean, on physical paper, locked away. That phrase is literally the master key to your wealth. Lose it, and the money is gone forever. Oh, and a quick pro tip, always send a tiny test transaction first before you go moving large amounts of money.
Section 6. Building your crypto strategy.
Let's wrap this all up by talking about you. How can you actually apply this to build your own personal crypto strategy? Because going in without a plan is just a recipe for making emotional, costly mistakes. The biggest takeaway today is that there is no single perfect platform. The smartest investors don't dogmatically pick one side over the other. They use a hybrid approach. They might use a CX for the easy onboarding to buy their initial coins with cash. Then they transfer those assets to a personal wallet, tapping into DEXs for total control, better privacy, and exploring the wider Web3 world. Start small, heavily prioritize your education, and use both of these tools for what they do best. So I leave you with this final thought. As you continue mapping out your financial journey, are you going to stick with the familiar comfort of the digital bank, or are you ready to take the leap, master self-custody, and truly become your own bank? The choice is entirely yours. But hey, now you've got the knowledge to make it wisely. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious and keep learning.